The chosen path. Embracing your divine calling. Chosen one, it is time to awaken to the profound truth of who you are and why you have been called. This is not a story of coincidence or chance. It is the unfolding of a divine mission meticulously prepared for you. Every challenge you have faced, every tear shed in solitude, and every victory earned has been shaping you for this very moment. You were not placed here to live an ordinary existence. You are here to make a difference, to lead, and to step boldly into the purpose only you can fulfill. Now is the time to embrace the great call that resonates within you. By writing 77 in the comments, declare your readiness to rise and prove the power you carry within. Remember, you are chosen not by accident but by design. You are a legend not because of recognition or titles, but because you defied every expectation and shattered every limitation placed upon you. Forged through trials, strengthened by resolve. Your journey has never been about ease or retreat. Life did not offer you the luxury of resting when storms arrived. Instead, it propelled you into trials that tested your limits and revealed your strength. Every rejection, every setback, and every roadblock was not an end but the beginning of a greater plan that no force could disrupt. This path has never been about vanity or ambition. It is a manifestation of purpose. A higher power saw your capacity for perseverance, your ability to remain steadfast through life's fiercest storms, and declared, "This one will rise." And rise you have even when the world failed to see it. Standing here today, rewriting limits and overcoming resistance, is no accident. It is the outcome of a path designed uniquely for you, a path of preparation and transformation. The unseen ones chosen to lead. How is it that the unnoticed, the underestimated, and the seemingly ordinary are often chosen to lead? There is a wisdom beyond human understanding that values what the world overlooks. It sees strength in humility, potential in quiet determination, and leadership in those who never sought the spotlight. True leaders are not those who chase power or recognition. They are those who lean on something greater than themselves, knowing they cannot walk this path alone. The call to lead is not a prize won through effort. It is a responsibility handed to those who have been prepared through silent trials and unseen preparation. When leadership found you, it was not by accident. It was by divine intention. You were chosen not for your loud gestures but for your quiet willingness to surrender to something greater. The moments when you questioned your abilities or doubted your worth were not weaknesses. They were the foundations being laid for a purpose far deeper than you could yet understand. Purpose shaped by perseverance. This journey is not a story of qualifications or talents. It is a narrative of strength forged in adversity. The weight of leadership often falls on those who never sought it, and those who carry it well do so not because they pursued power but because they understand its true purpose. This calling did not come to you as a reward. It arrived as a responsibility. Every tear, every battle, and every doubt was part of the process, shaping you into someone capable of carrying this mantle with grace and integrity. The position you now hold was not handed over lightly. It was refined and defined by trials that prepared you to stand firm, even when the ground beneath you trembled. Guided steps and divine alignment. Sometimes the path forward feels unclear, as though the next step is shrouded in fog. But the truth is that every step you have taken has been guided. The challenges you faced were not diversions. They were integral pieces of a larger plan, leading you here. There is no randomness in your journey, only the deliberate orchestration of something far greater than yourself. Every hardship, every victory, and every lesson has brought you closer to the role you were destined to fulfill. Looking back, you can now see how the pieces align, not through chance but through an intentional purpose that shaped you for something extraordinary. The unseen foundations of greatness. Opportunities rarely knock in forms we expect. Often, those destined to lead are the ones who never clamored for attention. Your rise is not defined by outward achievements but by the quiet qualities developed within you when no one was watching. In the hidden spaces, where doubt lingered and resilience was tested, your character was strengthened. The battles you fought in private prepared you for the challenges you now face in public. The path was neither glamorous nor straightforward, but it was the exact preparation needed to bear the weight of your purpose. What once seemed like roadblocks were, In truth, stepping stones redirecting you toward your destiny. A journey defined by purpose, not circumstance. Your story was never about avoiding trials, but about how they were used to shape you. Every rejection became a lesson in resilience, every obstacle a sharpening of your skills, and every delay an exercise in patience and faith. Leadership does not wait for volunteers. It seeks out those who are ready. This is not a matter of coincidence, but of inevitability. The timing of your rise was never yours to control, but its unfolding has been deliberate and precise. Your role was not an afterthought. It was embedded in your destiny long before you realized its weight. Each step you took, whether hesitant or bold, has brought you to this moment of fulfillment. The quiet resolve that creates greatness. Greatness is not chased. It is cultivated through quiet resolve and trust in the unseen forces shaping you. The trials you endured were not meant to stop you. They were meant to prepare you. Each challenge became a building block in the foundation of your purpose. Declare your conviction now. I embrace my destiny and honor the journey that has prepared me. This is your moment to rise boldly, to lead with integrity, and to fulfill the calling that has always been yours. You are not here by chance. You are here because you were chosen. The universe has aligned itself to amplify your potential, and the path ahead is yours to claim. This is not just a chapter. It is a transformation, a moment that confirms what you have always known deep within. Your journey matters, your purpose is undeniable, and your destiny is far greater than you ever imagined. Moments of isolation, shaping the leader within. The moments that felt like isolation or rejection were not what they seemed. They were seasons of refinement, silently shaping your character, sharpening your vision, and preparing you to bear the weight of a responsibility greater than you could comprehend at the time. You were not forgotten or overlooked. Instead, you were being prepared for a destiny that required resilience, wisdom, and unwavering purpose. The lessons learned during these challenging times have forged within you the strength to lead with clarity and intention. These moments of hardship were not meant to diminish you, but to prepare you for the impact you are destined to make. The stories of those who have walked similar paths remind us that preparation often arrives disguised as hardship. What seemed like failure was simply a different timeline, where every setback became fuel for a greater purpose. Trials that build, not break. Your trials were never about breaking you. They were about building you. They laid the foundation of endurance, wisdom, and vision required to fulfill the larger plan ahead. The road you traveled was never intended to be easy, but it was precisely designed to prepare you for a transformative impact. Every challenge that came your way was not a sign of weakness but evidence of the immense value you carry. Opposition does not seek out what is insignificant. It only arises to challenge what threatens to shine. Yet, through every doubt, betrayal, and difficulty, your course remained unshaken. Why? Because the path you walk was not crafted by human hands. It is divinely protected, and every attempt to derail you has only served to affirm the strength of the foundation beneath you. The call to purposeful leadership. Your role now is not simply to occupy a position. It is to fulfill a mission. This is not about influence for its own sake. It is about transformation. The position you hold is not a reflection of privilege, but a call to action. It is a mandate to uplift, to guide, and to lead with purpose and resolve. Every hardship, every obstacle, and every delay was part of a greater process, aligning you for this moment. You were chosen not to remain idle but to create change. The weight of leadership is not a burden. It is a privilege. Your actions today will ripple outward, shaping not only your life but the lives of those who depend on your courage and vision. Everything you have endured has prepared you for this. Every lesson, every trial was purposeful, aligning you with the work you are now called to fulfill. A journey of revelation and transformation. Not everyone will understand the battles you have fought or the truths you have uncovered. Some truths are too vast, too powerful, for the faint of heart. This journey has stripped away illusions, revealing only what is raw, real, and essential. It has uncovered not just who you are, but the purpose that burns within you. While some search for surface-level answers, you have been called to dive deeper, to carry a message not everyone is ready to hear. This path demands resilience, boldness, and a steadfast refusal to shy away from the weight of your calling. The resistance you have faced only underscores the magnitude of your purpose. The brilliance of opposition. The brighter your light, the more fiercely others may seek to dim it. Jealousy and sabotage often arise when people sense greatness they cannot control or replicate. Yet, their actions have only served to propel you closer to your purpose. What was meant to harm you instead became the fuel for your ascent. Every attempt to block your path has confirmed the profound truth. What is divinely designed cannot be stolen or destroyed. The trials you faced have not been ordinary, and your journey to this moment has been anything but predictable. Every setback, every challenge, and every unseen battle were part of a grand design, positioning you exactly where you belong. Divine foundations, unshakable purpose. Those who sought to undermine your progress underestimated the strength of the foundation on which you stand. Your purpose was never rooted in human approval, but in a divine intention that cannot be altered. The challenges you faced were not meant to defeat you but to forge resilience that no opposition could overcome. What you hold now is not a prize won through manipulation or force. It is a position secured by perseverance and the guidance of a higher plan. Your endurance has been the defining feature of your path. Every trial you overcame stands as a testament to your determination and the unwavering favor that surrounds you. The privilege and burden of leadership. Your role is more than a title. It is a mantle of responsibility. Leadership is not about recognition or comfort. It is about the lives you are called to impact. Carrying the hopes and struggles of others requires more than strength. It demands humility, compassion, and unwavering purpose. From this vantage point, you see what others cannot. Leadership is not about commanding. It is about understanding. It is about lifting others, meeting unspoken needs, and creating pathways for growth and transformation. Your leadership is not measured by what you gain, but by what you give. Faith as the cornerstone of your journey. Dear brothers and sisters, may the peace of God be upon you today. Let me remind you of this profound truth. Your existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the fleeting concerns of this world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6 verse 38. Like the great oak tree, your roots are deeply planted in God's universal truth. Every step you take, every stand you make, is supported by His strength. This moment, this role, is your opportunity to align with that blessing and fulfill the divine purpose you carry. The cost and courage of leadership. True leadership comes with unseen costs. The sleepless nights of doubt, the weight of responsibilities others cannot perceive, and the constant scrutiny that accompanies your role. Yet, in these moments of difficulty, you are reminded of the strength granted to you. This is not a strength born of self-reliance but of trust in a purpose greater than your own. Your path was never promised to be easy, but it was always designed to shape you into the leader you are destined to become. The challenges you face are not signs of failure. They are affirmations of the magnitude of your purpose. Like a sculptor chiseling away stone to reveal a masterpiece, every trial has been refining you for this moment. A living example of resilience. What you hold now is not the result of chance or luck. It is the culmination of faith, perseverance, and divine alignment. Your journey is a living testament that what is destined cannot be destroyed. The lives you touch, the paths you illuminate, and the hope you inspire are all part of the legacy you are building. Step forward boldly, not for recognition but to serve with purpose. This is your time to lead, to lift others, and to fulfill the mission entrusted to you. Let your leadership be defined not by the power you hold, but by the transformation you create in the lives of those you serve. Rising above, the strength of faithful leadership. Those who came before you bore the weight of leadership with grace, and now you are called to rise above every doubt and setback with unwavering faith. True leadership is not defined by an absence of struggle, but by the resilience to persevere through it. Your story is one of compassion, courage, and unwavering purpose, carried out with a determination that reflects the strength bestowed upon you. This is not the end of your journey, but the beginning of a legacy. a legacy that will inspire and empower those who come after you. Every decision you make, every step forward, will leave an indelible mark on the lives of others. This is the essence of leadership: to serve, to uplift, and to create a lasting impact that transcends your time. The flame of purpose, unshakable and eternal. Imagine a flame that refuses to be extinguished, no matter how fiercely the winds blow against it. That is what your calling is like, an unyielding spark ignited by divine purpose, burning steadily to illuminate not just your path, but the paths of those who follow you. This flame is not of your own making, and its strength does not come from your own abilities. Its source is higher, its fuel eternal, and its purpose unshakable. This flame represents the legacy you are called to build, not just for yourself but for the generations who will walk in its light. Never alone. Divine assurance in your calling. Your journey is not one you were meant to walk alone, nor is it a weight you are designed to carry by yourself. The beauty of your calling lies in the assurance that you are never abandoned in the task set before you. Divine guidance surrounds you, lifting you when you falter and steadying you when the path feels uncertain. What you are creating is not for today alone. It is a foundation built to stand the test of time. Every decision, every struggle, and every victory will ripple far beyond your lifetime, echoing in the lives of those inspired to step into their own callings because of your example. This is the true work of leadership. Not power or privilege, but a commitment to leave behind something far greater than yourself. Chosen with purpose, confidence beyond doubt. You may have questioned why you were chosen for this role or doubted your ability to bear its weight. Yet in those moments of uncertainty lies the answer. God placed His confidence in you, not because of your perfection, but because of His perfection working through you. He sees not only the person you are today, but the leader He is shaping you to become. This has never been about your strength. It has always been about His strength made visible through your life. Time and again, He has proven that where you are weak, He is strong. A role of impact, not recognition. Your position is no accident or coincidence. It is a reflection of divine authority and a testament to His presence in a world that so desperately needs it. This is not about accolades or recognition. It is about impact. Your life is a platform for justice, for hope, and for purpose to shine through. This is not about elevating yourself but about lifting others. It is about showing the world that even in its darkest places, light can still break through. When you lead, it is not for your own glory but as a reflection of something far greater at work. Like a lighthouse guiding ships safely to shore, your leadership serves as a beacon, pointing others back to the one who set this plan into motion. Leadership as a foundation for generations. The work you are doing now is not just for this moment, it is for generations to come. The choices you make today will shape the future in ways you may not yet realize. The battles you fight and the victories you claim are laying the groundwork for others to step into their own destinies. This is why your role matters so deeply. Leadership is not about clinging to power but about using it to create meaningful, lasting change. Your decisions will ripple outward, transforming lives, communities, and futures, just as those who came before you paved the way for your own journey. The sacred weight of leadership. With this great calling comes a high standard of accountability. Leadership is not simply a position. It is a trust. You are called to lead with integrity, with compassion, and with faith that does not waver when the road becomes difficult. This is not about being flawless. It is about being faithful. You are not expected to have all the answers, but you are expected to surrender to the guidance of the one who does. True leadership requires the humility to let go of control and trust in divine wisdom, even when the path ahead is unclear. A life reflecting divine strength. What you carry is bigger than you, and the world is watching to see how you will steward it. Your actions, your choices, your words, they all reflect not just on you but on the greater purpose you represent. When people look at your life, let them see evidence of something beyond human strength. A power, a grace, and a plan that speaks to the faithfulness of the one who called you. This calling is sacred and it demands action. You were not placed here to be served but to serve, to meet the needs of the brokenhearted, to speak truth in the face of opposition, and to stand firm when adversity seeks to shake you. building a legacy that endures. Your position is not a reward, it is a responsibility. And yet, it is also a privilege. Through your leadership, lives will be transformed, hope will be restored, and a legacy will be built that points directly back to the one who orchestrated it all. This is just the beginning. The work you are called to do does not end with achieving a title or reaching a milestone. It is about the lasting impact you will leave behind. You are not here to chase fleeting success but to create a foundation upon which others can build. The seed of your calling, growing into purpose. Imagine a seed planted in the richest soil, hidden beneath the surface. For a time it seems forgotten, unseen. But deep beneath the ground, it is preparing to break through and grow into something strong and unshakable. That is your calling. It may have felt buried, unnoticed, or even delayed, but it was always nurtured by a higher hand, growing stronger for the moment it would bloom. Today, that moment has arrived. You are stepping into the fullness of your divine purpose. You were never forgotten. You were being prepared. As you step forward, let this truth anchor you. The position you hold is not about personal glory but divine intention. You were chosen to reflect something far greater. Through you, His light will shine brighter than any obstacle you have faced. His justice will restore what has been broken. Lead boldly, serve humbly, and never forget. The legacy you are building is not just for now, it is forever. Purpose greater than chance. Your rise is not a product of luck or coincidence. It is the result of a divine master plan crafted by the one who knew you were destined for this moment long before you ever imagined it. Every struggle you endured, every tear you shed, and every victory you celebrated was woven into a greater tapestry, each thread contributing to the leader you are today. Whether you resonate with David's resilience, Moses' reluctant leadership, Esther's courage, or Joseph's unwavering faith, the message remains the same. You were always meant to be here. The setbacks you experienced were not dead ends but setups for something far greater. The obstacles that seemed insurmountable were not there to stop you. They were there to strengthen you, shaping the foundation upon which you now stand, equipped for the journey ahead. As you stand at the threshold of your divine calling, remember this: you are not only chosen but equipped. The same power that called you to this position is the same power that will sustain you through every challenge ahead. It is easy to feel overwhelmed by the weight of what lies before you, but do not lose sight of who called you. You were not chosen because of your strength alone, but because of the strength that works through you. The battles ahead are not designed to break you. They are opportunities for God's power to reveal itself in ways beyond what you could ever imagine. Your role is not about the weight you carry, but about the lives you touch, the hope you inspire, and the legacy you leave behind. A call to action, reflecting divine purpose. Now is the time to step boldly into your position, the one that has always been yours by divine design. Led with unwavering faith in times of uncertainty, with courage that stands firm in the face of adversity, and with a purpose that transcends personal gain. The world is watching, but more importantly, lives are waiting to see how God's hand moves through you. What you carry is not just for yourself. It is for every life your leadership will impact, for every battle you will fight on behalf of those who cannot, and for the generations who will find strength in the story you are writing today. A mission of service and transformation. This calling is not merely a role. It is a mission. You are here to do more than lead. You are here to serve, to uplift, and to transform. Like a lighthouse guiding weary travelers, your position is not about the structure you occupy, but the light you offer to those searching for direction. Let your actions, your decisions, and your words reflect the grace of the one who placed you here. When people look at your life, let them see evidence of a greater plan, of grace that defies understanding, and of hope that transcends circumstances. Your leadership is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of something far greater, building a legacy that lasts. Every step you take forward, every life you touch, and every challenge you overcome is building a legacy that will outlive you. This is not about holding on to power or position. It is about creating a meaningful impact. You are planting seeds today that will grow into something far greater than you could ever imagine. This is the true purpose of leadership: to build something enduring, something that points back to the one who orchestrated it all. Step forward with confidence, knowing that the throne is yours not because of who you are, but because of who he is. A light in a world desperate for hope. Lead boldly, serve humbly, trust fully in the one who called you. This is your moment to shine, not for your own glory, but to reflect his glory to a world desperate for hope, healing, and direction. Embrace your calling with confidence and walk in faith, knowing that your story has the power to inspire others to see the divine purpose within their own lives. Sharing your testimony, a ripple of inspiration. If this message has stirred your spirit, let it be known. Share your testimony so the world can witness what happens when a life is fully surrendered to divine purpose. Let your journey be a beacon, showing that even in the face of uncertainty and adversity, grace prevails, hope endures, and purpose shines through. This is your moment, chosen one. Step boldly into the role you were destined to fulfill, and let the legacy you build inspire generations to come.